talking about how to get the Xenophage Guardians, and the first part you must do is load into the moon, up into the top, the Sorrow of Harbors. Find your way to the big red building there up the steps, and then once you enter the steps, you go to the left doorway. Once you come into the left doorway, keep coming until you get into this lost sector here. Well, maybe not a lost sector, but this little opening here at the top right. Once you get this far, Guardians, simply come up to each totem, and just click on them, and then you will get access to the very next quest step. Now, once you've gotten this next quest step, Guardians, you will be directed to go to Archer's Line. Specifically into this little building right here on the map you can see. You will go into this building, and this building will have a little charge of light for you to pick up, and you will need to charge other spots on the map, as you can see here. Very simple. Once you do that, Guardians, you need to go through and start doing lost sectors. K1 Logistics is the first. You do not need to go all the way in. You just go into the beginning and you turn around here, and you will see a little pattern on the wall. Simply follow the steps that we do here, and that will progress you to the next step. Now, once you've completed the puzzle in the right order, Guardians, you will get a chest. And once you open the chest, you will see that you get a fragment, and that tells you need to go to the next lost sector. We will go to K1 Crew Quarters. Now, once you get to K1 Crew Quarters, Guardians, you will need to make your way through and beat the boss, along with everything else in this room, so make sure you clear the room and kill everything, Guardians. So once you get up here to the chest, you will see across the way there, that is another puzzle for you to do. Now watch this, follow the steps, and you will get the shiny treasure at the end. Now this is a longer puzzle than the rest of them Guardians, but rest assured once you do it correctly, you will progress to the next start. As you can see, we've already done the first two, and we will move on to the third one now. Now, once you get to the third one, Guardian, the third one is K1 Communion. Simply go in and you must clear this room entirely, Guardians. As you can see, it's already been done for me. Yay for me. Simply come in here, and then once you do get to the boss, you must kill him. But remember, Guardians, you must clear the entire place. Don't leave anything left behind. And then when you melt the boss right here by the treasure chest, you will see a open door. Simply go into this door and there will be another puzzle for you to solve. Well, just watch us, we'll solve it for you. Okay, Guardians, now that you've got the third puzzle correct, you open this chest and you get another fragment. One to go. Okay, so this one is pretty simple. As soon as you load in, you just simply go this direction here, right to this lost sector. It's really, really close to the spawn, so I figured I'd show you all how to get there. And once you do reach K1 Revelation, Lost Sector, you have to come in and clear this room out as well before the door will open up top. And then when you do get the door to open up top, then you just simply walk in, turn around, and enter in the code again, Guardians. Now, I know this one was kind of tricky. The first code we found online was not successful. We had to go and find another code. But if you just follow this, it will take you to the promised land, as we will show you here. Do not worry about taking your times, Guardians, because you want to get this right. Remember, if you shoot the wrong order, you must shoot the last one that you shot 4 times to reset the board, or leave the lost sector and re-enter it. Okay, so once you do get this very last fragment, guess what? It's time for the new dungeon, Guardians. Yes, the new dungeon. And the new dungeon is a pretty high light level. I got carried, basically, because I'm at 930, and I had a couple 950 plus buddies help me out. So once you do get into this dungeon, Guardians, I highly suggest you place that raid banner so you can have full goodness. And once you do, as you can see down here, once you jump down, there is kind of a bunch of little places that you need to go to. What you must first do, Guardians, is you need to go find a boss that is not a sword bearer. Now, once you find a boss that's not a sword bearer, you can kind of tell where you're going, but first you must find them. Look for an area that has a bunch of bad guys around it, basically. And once you do find an area that has a bunch of bad guys, more than likely your chances are that you found one of the 3 bosses. Now, the 3 bosses are a Shrieker, a Wizard, and a Ogre, I think, or a Knight. Maybe one. Okay, maybe all 4 of them. So in this one, I found the Knight first. And now once you do get into here, Guardians, and you find the knight, all you have to do is look above your very first bad guy that you find, whether it's the Shrieker or the Wizard or whatnot, and it will show you above his head where you need to go. It will have little emblems above his head. So simply look up, look at the emblems, and then once you defeat this guy in here, you will know where to go with the sword. So as you can see here, these are the 3 symbols that I need to look for. I just run out and I look, and then I go that direction to probably the farthest one, just to make it easier for you, so that way you can work your way back. Okay, Guardians, once you have defeated all of these bad guys in each room, remember you must use a sword to defeat these bad guys. Some of them take different tactics. You come out of this room and you will see one of these little temples with a green little light coming out of the top of it. That is the next place you need to go to progress. And once you get here and you defeat this ogre and whatever else is around, that little doorway over there will open up for you. And once this doorway opens up, guess what? You get shinies, Guardian. Alright, so once you get this far, you must keep going down into the next level of this dungeon. But remember, Guardians, this is a special part of the dungeon specifically for this gun. This is not how the regular dungeon is ran. And once you run into this part right here in front of us, Guardians, there is a bunch of doors. You must jump up to the top left, second one over to the left, and activate something before you jump down into this little cavern here. So make sure you do that. Now once you do have that activated, it will say that your path is completely clear, or you are ready to complete the path, or something like that. And then you know it's time for you to venture down into the depths. Once you get to this part, Guardians, you will need to go find yourself some hive wizards. Or no, not wizards, but knights. Yes, you need to find yourself some knights. And they are kind of difficult to find, you know, especially when you got ogres chasing you. And like you can see my buddy here in front of me, he has one of the orbs, so he must go find a gate and deposit said orb. Now you just got to go around and keep on finding these guys until you find all 4 orbs. Now once you find all 4 orbs, Guardians, and you deposit them into the correct gate, the ogres will disappear and it will make the next part much easier. So once all the ogres are gone, now you just come down over here and you will see that there is a little section for you to jump across. I'm sorry, this is a later part in the video. The ogres will be gone once you deposit all 4 orbs. So like I said, jump across, grab this little light right here, and we will run to one of the doorways. Now this doorway isn't like the clear doorways, it's an actual red door, as you will see here. And once you deposit that on the door, this portal will open up and you are ready to go to the next step in this dungeon. And the next step, Guardians, is simply you must have somebody stand on this little pedestal up here at all times. If you do not stand on the pedestal and your time mark comes up to like 10 or something like that, you will wipe. So I highly suggest you come in here with Leviathan's Breath. It does a really good job on these ads, and probably a couple bubbles. That really saved our butts. Just like before, Guardians, you must find the Hive Knights, the yellow bars, and they will drop an orb. Once they drop that orb, you just simply come back to this where we are right here and you deposit said orb. Once you get the fourth orb, you will know it because everything will stop, and that means you have made it to the next part. And just like that, Guardians, once you deposit that last orb and you're dead, you're alive again. Good times. Alright, so once you come over here and get your shiny shinies out of this chest, guess what? More stuff. Okay, Guardians, this next step is a little tricky. You must come into this room here and enter the bigger room and find one of the charged lights. Now, the charged lights are associated with an emblem, so you must be aware of that. And once you have a specific charge, whether it's arc, solar, natural, or void, you must shoot the wizard with that particular charge in order to progress. So pay attention to what charge you have, what charge is associated with what symbol, and go accordingly. Now, once you have taken down this wizard in here successfully, you will get to the next step, which is simply going and see our good friend Eris Morn, and she will have the Xenophage for you. I know it's been a grind, but hey, that's what we asked for, right, Guardians? Alright, this has been your friendly neighborhood Longwood from Untitled Gaming, wishing you all happy hunting.